Hi.
We are live. We
Oh
are
no.
we are live and
Oh fuck.
living. We are
Yes.
living beings. Real breens.
Real human memes.
Breens.
Brains. Yes.
I love all my favorite breens. Oh, there we go. Okay, so it's streaming. There we go. All right. Hey everybody. Welcome to the July 2017 Google Hangout. As you can see, I kind of fixed the lighting issue that we had last time by I'm essentially, my laptop's here, but I have it connected to a monitor here because I didn't have time to figure out a different setup. But that way the webcam can be here and not like pointing right out the bright window. And even though I have something blocking it, it still wasn't working from the same angle as the other day. But now that I have it going through HDMI to the monitor there, it can still appear as though I'm facing you directly, because otherwise I would just be looking here the whole time and it'd be very strange. But how's everybody doing? Hey, welcome. How are you?
Hello.
Hello.
Pretty good. I just finished moving out to Texas.
Oh shit! I was just in Texas like a week ago.
Yeah, I'm on Fort Bliss in the El Paso area.
Yeah, I have no idea where that is.
It's fucking on the border of everything. I've just been sleeping all day.
Sleeping all day, working all night, or just sleeping all day and sleeping all night?
I guess I worked all night too. I didn't get to sleep till midnight, mainly just because I was like, we're gonna cook some really fucking cool food.
Hello, Charlotta. I'm not sure how to pronounce your name. Just reading people in chat at the same time. I guess people are going to ask about Spider-Man: Homecoming, part of it, because I don't know. I would really like to make a quickie review for it, but it's not my priority right now. And I have a limited amount of time in the month to get my priorities out. So we'll see about Spider-Man. Did anybody else see it?
Yeah, I liked it. It was the Peter Parker's best friend got a little annoying, but other than that, I liked it.
Yeah, he I felt like he was kind of if let's say the film was like super seriously toned and like super dark or whatever, then I might not enjoy the his friend character as comic relief.
Like
but
that
I think that the tone of the film, he wasn't really out of place. I think the Spider-Man Homecoming had a fairly lighthearted, like, don't take this seriously kind of tone to it. Which, what's strange about it is, like, I mean, you could say that for parts of every Spider-Man film, I guess.
I feel like it serves Spider-Man better.
Sorry?
I feel that kind of tone, it serves Spider-Man better, given that it's not a serious superhero.
It's been present in every Spider-Man movie, if you think about it. There's no Spider-Man film that's been like strictly dark toned. But I feel like the new film was better than the Amazing Spider-Man, like the last reboot, the Andrew Garfield ones, but not as good as the Sam Raimi ones. Like, just Sam Raimi trilogy. Obviously, there were a lot of don't take this seriously scenes and sequences in the film, and he always has like a playful style with all of the movies he makes. But what's fascinating about the Sam Raimi trilogy is I think that it accomplished the most in terms of having a like serious consequence to the events in the film. Like, it accomplished the most in terms of being able to feel legitimate threat or legitimate distress or you know, I feel like out of all of the films, Sam Raimi did the best job at presenting any kind of serious tone and yet the whole film wasn't really all that serious. You know, I feel like that was kind of what was missing from this new film. Is like I kind of had to put myself in the perspective of like, don't take this seriously at all. And I mean, like, there were some moments where it's like, you know, not going to spoil anything, but some moments like, ooh, in the car, this conversation happening, this was kind of serious, but nothing where I felt like anything real was at stake. Nothing where I felt like Spider-Man was seriously in danger or anything, you know. I feel like like in my head, all I have right now is like, you know, the scene with like the scene near the end of the film with like Green Goblin and Spider-Man having their fight scene. Like, that was so well done. And when the music gets cut out and it implies like a whole new tone of seriousness, you know, and all the rubble and, you know, his glider thing that he used, and I don't know. I gotta love the Raimi trilogy.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna have to watch this now. I kind of went and
You've never seen the Raimi trilogy?
Raimi? Wait,
Or
isn't
are you
that-
talking
oh,
about the
no.
new movie?
No, I'm talking about the newest one.
Okay.
Because I've been avoiding Spider-Man. Like when I was a kid, Spider-Man was my shit. It was like he was my
Like the
superhero.
60s or 90s cartoon or what?
Actually, it was the original trilogy that really got me into Spider-Man.
Oh, okay,
I was
the
like,
movies.
fuck yeah. And then but then Amazing Spider-Man happened, and I just kind of avoided it.
That's understandable. It's gonna be like the most forgotten Spider-Man movies for sure.
It's just
No one's gonna remember them, except me.
because it's your job to remember them.
Also, because the second one's really funny to me. I
Yeah.
love how ridiculous it is.
Yeah, I'll forever remember the emo Mario soundtrack. You know that he lied to me.
He hates me. He hates
Emo
me.
Mario.
Oh.
I love how he became like a bad guy for like no fucking reason.
And it's so funny, like whenever I cover something that like people really passionately love that's currently in theaters, which is exactly I'm gonna have the exact same reaction from the fan base of War for the Planet of the Apes later when I release my video.
The reboot of the Planet of the Apes series, like I don't hate it, but I'm just kind of like, why are we doing this?
It's in the middle of a thought. It was in the middle of a tangent.
Damn it! I'm
And I
sorry.
got cut off, but that's okay because I'm letting you know ahead of time.
Yeah.
Where did it go? I was about to say the reaction of fan bases from movies that are still in theaters. There was a very specific point that I was connecting to. There's a very specific point about the Amazing Spider-Man 2. Oh yeah, when we were talking about how the Jamie Foxx's character, his motivation felt like unrealistic. And when I released that video, I only had like trailer footage and web clips to go off of and incorporate because it was fresh in theaters. Like I released it literally the weekend that it was in theaters. And so the scene where he has his revelation of like, you lied to me and all that shit. I just showed the clip that was shared in the web clip. And when I released that, people were like, but that didn't really happen that way. You cut out so much of it intentionally to make it look like that. But it's like, I didn't cut out anything. I showed everything I could. Right. And so like people always had their fucking excuse of like, it was still regardless of whether or not the scene played out identically to the web clip that was shown. It was still very poorly developed. It was still very like unreasonable that he would want to hate Spider-Man all of a sudden, and it was very like the script needs a villain sort of motivated. That's all I wanted to say. Unreasonable.
Like,
Who has an echo?
It was me.
Would you be able to put some headphones on, please? But welcome to the chat. Sorry.
Thank you.
Like,
Either
totally could have just used fucking Rhino.
yeah, the Rhino.
Rhino was an option the whole time.
It was very. It's more insulting when I mentioned this in the review, but it's like it's unforgivable that you could include him in the trailer and then cut to the title of the trailer with the release date right as soon as the fight scene's about to start, and then have the fight scene at the end of the movie and make that exact same cut to the end credits. Like, that's essentially false advertising, because you're implying that if you buy a ticket to the movie, you get to see the fight scene. But instead, you buy a ticket to the movie and you literally just see the 2 shots that were in the trailer and then cut to end credits before the fight scene happens. Which I just felt like I wasn't even there to see Rhino, but I know like maybe a couple people were, and I just thought, sucks to be them right now.
Like, I actually liked the look of the new Rhino. Like how he's in the mech suit and he's like the fucking Russian dude. I was like, that's cool.
Yeah.
And
I don't know. I would rather have it imitate. I would rather have it imitate what I saw in the cartoons in some way, but who knows? I mean, like, it wasn't like Rhino. It wasn't cancer or anything, but I don't know. It wasn't like a great choice, you know. Like, what's that? I don't know. I could only see them trying to make him like a mech suit Rhino for the purpose of like, ooh, yeah, let's keep it realistic or something. But the first Amazing Spider-Man already had a lizard dude in it, so I don't know how his skin suit or whatever functioned in the comics or the cartoon, though. I only ever just saw him. Basically, he has like a fursuit or whatever, and he's just really buff.
Like, I guess he just lifts and he likes rhinos. Like, that's what happened.
He looks like a latex fetishist that's taking it too far. I don't know.
Yeah. And my latex is so sexy, I'll rob banks.
He hangs around the Kingpin man. It's his daddy.
I really liked Michael Keaton in the new Spider-Man movie, though. He was really good.
I find it difficult to dislike him. I will say that although he did a great job, he didn't really get much of an opportunity to shine in the same way that he was able to in Birdman.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I felt like, and again, I'm going to try to avoid spoilers as much as possible, but I felt like his character motivation was a little, like, pushed off to the side and not really developed. And again, I mean, a lot of me being okay with this film is the fact that its tone clearly is this is comedy, Marvel Universe, don't take this seriously. Like, Iron Man's a comedic plot device, I guess. You know, so it's just so goofy that I don't know if I can properly criticize it for that.
Like, speaking of like Spider-Man and Iron Man, like, I remember watching Civil War and like they made Aunt May like really young and kind of hot, and I was like, what the fuck? Like,
oh yeah, she's in the new Spider-Man.
Yeah, like it bothered me a little bit. I'm like, Aunt May is supposed to be like,
you sexually?
A little bit, yeah. I was concerned. I'm like, because I remember seeing Aunt May like in the original 3 movies, and she was like this frail old woman, but like she was independent and strong about it.
I don't mind.
Like,
I my initial reaction to the Amazing Spider-Man being a thing, or sorry, Spider-Man Homecoming. Jesus Christ, why are there so many? My initial reaction to Spider-Man Homecoming being a thing was like, I don't want a little kid to play Spider-Man, even though he's supposed to be a kid in the comics. You know, I was just like, I don't want him to be so young. And I was just mad at, you know, the changes that were essentially contrasting with the Spider-Mans that I was familiar with. But then I realized that, you know what, if they're gonna reboot something, I'm actually more comfortable with them having a fresh interpretation, because then it doesn't really tarnish the movies and films that I already love, you know? So Amazing Spider-Man 2 happens, and it's just like, you know, it's a good thing they didn't show Jameson in the universe, because I'd just be comparing Jameson to Jameson. And at this point, with Spider-Man Homecoming, it's like, if you're making such drastically different changes, then, I mean, the implication there is that you're not trying to imitate the same thing that the original was going for. And I guess it makes me more comfortable with what I'm seeing. Like, I'm not going to compare Aunt May to Aunt May, because they're completely different characters. And even Spider-Man to Spider-Man, I'm very happy that I was able to see a fresh take on the universe instead of the same fucking origin story and Uncle Ben dying and all that. You know, we've seen it enough times already. There's been like 3 different Spider-Man universes in the past 15 years, and it's become a little annoying at this point. So
that's not including the cartoons.
Wow, yeah, I mean, just movies, but I don't know. I don't have faith that they're going to make a well-made Venom standalone. I don't have good expectations for that. I don't believe they're going to do it well. Let's see.
Yeah. Let's see if you got as like the director and whatnot for the film.
Sorry?
Oh, it's Ruben Flesher. He did a couple weird movies.
Let's see. What is it called? Is it just called Venom or what? Yeah. Tom Hardy? That's a plus.
Tom Hardy is.
Ruben Flesher. Let's see who this boy is. He directed Zombieland. Okay.
I mean, I like Zombieland.
I thought it was wildly overrated. I mean, it was just like,
I can see why people could take it that could say that.
I wasn't.
This was a fun zombie movie.
It tried really hard to be cool. It was definitely like shouting as loud as it could how cool it was. And I mean, that in the same vein as like Kick-Ass, just not really my thing, I guess. I would rather have something that, I don't know, if a movie's gonna be doing that, I would rather have something like Crank, where it doesn't even try to have any serious moments. Zombieland, I mean, I guess spoiler warning. I'm gonna try not to spoil it when talking about this, but like,
everybody's seen it at this point. Like
right as soon as the cameo scene ended, the movie fell apart. Not including the cameo scene. The cameo scene was fine, but the movie literally fell apart after that moment. I was kind of enjoying it up until that point, and the whole like, why the fuck would you go to a like Ferris wheel theme park with a bunch of lights and loud noise? Like, what? At what point was that motivation made clear at all? Like, what? Why did you do this? Like, it's a very clear kind of like, hey, we're dumb little girls. Let's put ourselves in danger so that we can wrap this movie up. Like, it just fell apart. I guess I should add that to my like movies that fall apart in the third act list or something.
Yeah, they briefly mentioned it in the car ride to his house, you know.
Yeah.
But
it is. It's already in my list. Okay.
But I agree with you on that one that it is pretty fucking stupid.
It kind of fell apart.
They obviously know they're attracted to lights and loud noise and stuff. So like, what I would have done,
it was dumb.
I would have turned the theme park on and then like left, and then all the zombies would just go there.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea. If you like attract them using that same logic, and then stay the fuck away from there and not just hang out and be on a Ferris wheel.
Escape!
Right? Yeah.
No. Hello, welcome to the chat. Yes, Anthony Fantano did bully the shit out of me. I'm destroyed. I got roasted. My movie sucks.
Oh no.
Adam.
Yes.
Two things. One, the director of The Shallows is now directing
Oh, yeah.
Suicide Squad 2.
I can't wait.
They're getting a second one?
You know, like, it seems...
Yep.
So, there's this weird... With these cinematic universes, it almost seems as though, like, the individual director doesn't have all that much control or impact over the projects, because all of the movies kind of just, like, meld into this same mess, this weird soup where, you know, it's the reason why Edgar Wright wasn't able to do Ant-Man is because they would not allow any kind of original ideas, and they wouldn't let him. I could just imagine it might even. Supposedly it was the script, but I mean, like, they would have been conflicted with his filming style too. You know, every Marvel movie you see has pretty much identical cinematography. There's nothing that has any kind of personality or style. And so now it's like, you know, watching the new Justice League trailer, all I was thinking is, like, this movie, it's so dark still. Why haven't you learned? Like, Man of Steel came out and people complained it was dark. That was the first thing that people said when Man of Steel came out. And they won't listen to anyone's complaints because they're still making money. I don't think a single one of the films in their universe has lost money, has it? I don't know how much was spent on Batman v Superman, but I'm pretty sure it made a lot of money. Not as much as Marvel, obviously, but they clearly see what they're doing as a guaranteed return on their business investment. So why would they listen to anyone when people have issues with how they're approaching it? I think DC and who is it? Warner Brothers who's doing it? I don't know.
I think it's Warner Brothers. Yeah.
Yeah, I think they believe they're doing exactly what they want to do at this point. You know, so I don't think we should ever expect, like, a really good DC movie. And I haven't seen Wonder Woman, but I don't expect that it's going to be that great when I watch it. I don't know.
Like, some people I know were saying that they liked it, but, you know, it doesn't mean you're going to like it.
Liked it.
I think a lot of people were refreshed to see a decent, solid quality kind of DC movie or female lead superhero movie, and perhaps the combination of the two being such I'm not going to say niche genres, but things that have not had high success rates in the past decade, that people were perhaps overjoyed to a point where they overrated it. But who knows? I guess I'll check it out.
Yeah, maybe,
I've just heard it was mediocre, and maybe that's just outstanding to a lot of people at this point.
Hey, Adam,
Yes.
can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
That's good. That's really good.
How are you?
How am I?
Yes.
Honestly, first time it's probably the largest group I've been in. for
Oh,
quite a while.
shit.
Yes, my heart's racing.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, I live in the middle of nowhere. Honestly.
Uh-oh.
Dum.
Which
Hey.
country?
Iceland.
Oh, shit. Truly
Yes.
nowhere.
Yes, exactly. There's too far to go to the next theater. I haven't really seen a movie for a really long time.
Mm-hmm.
I recently became your Patreon. I would like to.
Thank you so much.
Oh, no problem. No problem. Fuck.
No problem.
Sorry if I'm
Take your
cursing.
time. Oh, no, cursing's totally
Oh, we
fine.
swear all the time.
I'm allowed to curse?
Yeah.
Yes.
Just no
Yes.
nudity, I guess. No nudity.
No nudity.
All I ask.
Oh,
No illegal, nothing that breaks YouTube TOS. The only thing I
Okay.
would say.
okay. Are you accepting gifts by any chance?
Gifts?
Yeah.
Sure. I can
Sure.
send me a DM on the Patreon thing, and I'll give you a kind of PO box kind of thing, address thing. And
Great. I would like to.
thank you so much.
Yeah, I would like to. You've been a great source of entertainment for probably the 2 years that I've No, 3 years. Doesn't really matter. And I thought I would buy you some stuff.
You don't have to, but
Yes, I have to. Okay, I have to.
you're technically buying me some stuff by donating to my Patreon, because the money that I get from Patreon is used to buy stuff.
No. Okay.
Oh no!
You thought you'd get off easy, Adam.
So it's got to be personal.
Yeah. I want to give you something more personal.
I very much appreciate it. If get me something like ridiculously Icelandic, something that would make me go like, "What the fuck is this?"
I could send you traditional Icelandic food or some shit.
Yeah, if it's like stuff that, as long as it's not liquid, because I don't think that you can put that through the mail.
How about ram testicles?
Sure, as long as that's like perishable. I mean, not as long as it's not gonna like go bad in the mail or anything.
No, it's probably gonna get bad.
If it's like dehydrated, I don't know how those are stored. If they're like,
yeah, it's stored in fermented milk, and I don't think it's gonna be good
interesting.
sending that stuff away.
So I think the appropriate question at this point is: are you going to make a video of you eating it if he does follow through on this?
I don't know how it's gonna get to me. I mean,
Well, if it gets to you, you gotta eat them.
Yes. Oh, I know. Sheephead. Those can be shipped frozen, and you can boil it.
you'll have to send me like cooking instructions or something.
No, you just
Google
boil it. Then you
And
eat
then like eat the whole thing.
Yeah, you eat the entire thing.
Is it like shaved already? Maybe like really shaved?
Well, yeah, sort of. But you have to eat the eyes and everything.
No,
Like,
yeah.
the tongue as well.
I've eaten like fish eyes and stuff before.
Yes, it's healthy. It's good for bones and stuff.
Is my microphone working?
Yes.
Yeah, you're good.
Yes,
Okay.
So,
Yes.
so it's very Icelandic to eat testicles and sheephead.
Yes,
Is what you're
yes.
saying.
It's actually one of the criteria when you migrate here.
Oh,
No, not really. I would
Yes,
like
your loyalty
to.
quest.
Hey, would you like to know what I'm going to give you?
if you, I don't know. It depends if you think it should be a surprise or not.
No.
Okay,
Not surprise.
sure.
Sorry, not surprise.
It doesn't matter.
It's a TV show here in Iceland. Really well received, which means like 12 people liked it or something.
Oh, all of Iceland,
Yeah, the entire
whole
Iceland
country.
The whole country think this is a good movie. Okay,
I thought you said it was a show.
it is. It's both.
Okay. Oh, is it a
It's,
miniseries?
It's 3 series and 1 movie.
Goodbye, Charlotta. Have a nice day. Thank you for joining. I'm reading the chat at the same time.
Yeah. It's called The Shifts. And I'm probably going to get crucified
The what?
for
The shifts?
shifts.
Can you spell it?
Loosely translated.
Is there an
Loosely
IMDb page you
translated.
can link?
Can I link it?
Yeah,
No.
because there's like you can link it in the Hangout chat too. There's like 2 different chats. There's ones that
Oh,
only we can see in the
do it
Hangout, and there's ones.
when I'm done talking. Okay.
Yes,
Okay. I'm sorry if I'm taking everyone's time.
no problem.
just
Yeah,
really
I want to
like
learn more about this.
This is your first Hangout, and there's
Yeah.
if anybody's like leaving really soon or needs to leave and wants to say some shit, just let us know now. But otherwise, I mean, like everybody should be able to get a turn. We'll be here for like
Of course.
an hour and a bit, more than an hour.
It's basically is the night shift, which takes place at a gas station.
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah, and
Yes.
the boss is sort of a stereotype of all sorts of like basically some sort of fascist communist mix of ideas.
Authoritarian.
A libertarian.
I said
I'm not really
authoritarian.
sure. I'm not really sure. He's just sort of-
Authoritarian is what I said.
It's like
Yes,
the opposite.
authoritarian.
Yep.
He's authoritarian, and it delves into a lot of issues. Okay, that you should dissect.
Well, so okay, if you're sending me something, is it like a DVD? And will it
Yes,
have
it's a
English
DVD.
subtitles?
It has English subtitles,
Okay, good.
but you'll have to navigate the menu in
Sure.
Icelandic.
Yeah, I do that shit all the time. I have a lot of foreign DVDs and Blu-rays that I figure out the first option's play, and then I can basically figure out what all the other options are. And plus, you don't even have to go into you can just press play, and then on your remote you can do the subtitle thing, and that instead of doing it from the menu. So.
And then I would like to say one thing before I'm going to stop talking, and I'm going to let everyone else have a talk. And then I'm going to sit on the sidelines for a little bit. The first season, I watched it with subtitles just to see if it fared decently.
Yeah.
And
like accurate.
The subtitles must have been translated by a monkey or something.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah,
saying.
I've had a few different official subtitles on DVDs and Blu-rays for like lesser known films that did not have the best translation very clearly. Like not proper English, but as long as you can kind of understand it,
Okay. Well, I'm going to stop talking. I'm going to find some links.
Yes, thank you so much.
Okay.
I appreciate it. And thank
You're
you
welcome.
for being considerate and aware of your talking time as well, and making mention of it and being considerate. I appreciate it.
Better than people.
Hi, Wet Man.
Hi, Adam.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Pretty decent.
How have your workouts been going?
Well, I mean, I get trapped into routines of being so fucking busy with my shit that that it's like I know that realistically, if I want to do things for my own health, that I should be putting in a good, three times a week, at least 30 minutes to an hour or something workout. And I've been lacking and slacking, and I'm right now. My big focuses are the part 1 of the YMS review I'm working on, and also that fucking War of the Planet of the Apes, no longer a quickie because it's 25 minutes review, and as soon as I get back into my 2015 list, it's like, okay, well, I can just go on my exercise bike. But I mean, I don't know. I think I only have like a month's more of work before that's done. So I need to come up with some sort of a better strategy to be active. I keep promising myself and I keep telling myself like that it'll be okay if I take some time away from work to do this, periodically. But then I keep getting back in the position of like, okay, well, it's been X amount of days since the last YMS review, and then I have X amount of days this month to get this done before I have to do this, and it'll be more difficult to do it, or whatever. And it's just like, I don't know. I don't want this month to go by without like the YMS review coming out. So that's why I'm in that situation. But we'll see. We'll see what happens.
I did the same thing.
Say what?
No, I was just saying like that. I had the same thing happen where I basically scheduled out my whole week. It said exactly when I was going to go to the gym, and you're literally giving up work to go do some other kind of work. So you have to push yourself even then.
Yeah.
And then of course I have a whole day where I literally get like 20 auditions that all come in, and they all come from prominent clients that I've made, and there goes my entire day, and it's 8 o'clock at night.
Yeah, it's like as soon as I'm done what I would consider to be like work for the YMS channel, like voiceover and editing, it's like then I just have a shit ton of emails, and I have all those applications for like editor shit, and it's just like, okay, well, this is my free time, but I'm still working. I gotta practice for like my recording session on Monday. Like, never ends. But you know what? Getting shit done, at least.
It's a good kind of busy to me.
That's why I'm glad I'm in the Army, and it's like when you're done with the day, you're gun.
Yeah. Yeah.
You can go. Like
that's nice.
Like the weekend.
I mean, like that's like a lot of jobs and a lot of people, you know, like most of my roommates and most of my friends, it's like they have their set hours of work that they do. And when they're done their work, it's like, okay, great. I get to hang out. I get to play video games. I get to drink. I get to, you know, talk with friends or do whatever you want, chat online, blah, 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 blah.
I found out.
And I get to do that too, but I fill my time with more work instead.
Yeah. Oh, you go.
Yeah. No, I just graduated high school, so I'm at that like small period of time where I have like a tiny bit of free time every day for like a month. And after that, it just ends.
Are you going like into college or?
Yeah, I'm going to college.
Yeah.
Treasure that time. It is precious.
I'm doing my best.
No.
Just beware senioritis.
Oh, God.
I didn't even go to college. I'm dumb.
You found your own success. Fuck the other guys.
Exactly. I just, you know, it's
like I didn't even graduate high school, and I'm doing better than most people I went to school with.
I feel that despite I can complain as much as I want about how little free time I have, but at the end of the day, it's a choice that I'm consciously making because I value the results of what it's going towards more than I value the results of, very, trivial but pleasurable things that I could be doing with my time that aren't necessarily productive. I feel like by the time I'm like 30 years old, I'll be far more accomplished than like anybody else my age that I know. And fuck it, maybe I'll take a break then or something. Who knows? maybe I'll have a heart attack and die.
Oh God! From like the last hangout, a couple of hangouts ago, sounded like you were getting a heart attack.
I think that was that's I don't know if I explained that, but I think it was a muscle spasm because that's what the doctor thought it was, and I got X-rays, and the X-rays didn't show anything. So it's like, I mean, even if there were three possibilities. It was like muscle spasm, or like an air bubble, like in the skin around the lung or something, or like a tumor, and those two things would have shown up on X-rays that I took. So it must have been a muscle spasm. And what sucks about that is like that has a direct correlation with the fact that I was working out, and so it's just like literally getting doctor advice not to work out, saying, "Hey, you should stop working out." I'm like, "Fuck," like what? That sucks for my motivation, Like it's like great, I want to get healthy. Looks like I'm gonna have a muscle spasm and not be able to breathe. Like fuck, that's a.
Well, I mean,
I'll just stick to
you can still get healthy just from diet.
Stop doing sit-ups and push-ups, Sorry.
You can still get healthy from a good diet and everything,
Fuck that. Oh.
To an extent.
Yeah, I said that. Then I had to take 2 extra PT tests. I barely fucking got to my unit.
Yeah, it's difficult to be on a good diet when I'm visiting America, especially because whenever I go to the United States, I role play as a glutton. I do a little bit of LARPing, and it's like one gigantic carnival where everyone's a character, and the character is the American stereotype. And it's like a big Disneyland. All of the grocery stores don't even feel real, Like what
you just turn into a Ron Swanson.
I mean, like it's
God!
It's like I'm just visiting some fucking theme park. Like, why? How can you go into a grocery store and see like aerosol cheese? Like that's not real. What is that?
Is that not a thing in Canada?
It's not a thing in Canada because no one would fucking buy it. I don't think it's a thing anywhere but the U.S.
I've never had it.
It's barely
the power of cheese.
Sorry.
I know it's got fucking food in here.
It always assumes something like that was commonplace.
Everybody in America always assumes that everything America is commonplace.
Because we're the best.
Because you don't look outside your own country.
Oh yeah, don't worry. I'm about to go to Kuwait and prove that we're the best.
Fucking healthcare, like the metric system.
Well,
the list goes on. Like, there's things that only America does that just like the rest of the world is like, why? and America's like, this is normal, and they don't realize that they're the exception, and that like literally everywhere else on the planet is like,
I'm too
we've
lazy
been
to
past
do
this.
it,
If
so
your
I've got
country is
Brexit.
big enough and has enough people, it just becomes normal.
If your country is America, I don't know. Anyway,
Yeah, I found I came to my unit at like the worst fucking time because it's next month we're gonna the whole unit's gonna go train and then we go to Kuwait right fucking after.
Yeah.
And my specific like group is gonna be like probably in Afghanistan or some shit.
um,
Yeah.
Where are you stationed right now?
Fort Bliss.
Fort where?
Fort Bliss.
Fort
Yifs.
Yeah. No, it's just my pajamas.
I was gonna say, Sean, you're showing that you're muted. I don't know if that's something that you're intentionally doing from your end, or if you've been trying to talk at all.
I'm trying to cut down background noise when I'm not talking.
Okay, very, very considerate. I appreciate it. I was just making sure you knew. Thank you.
Yeah.
And also Grant, I don't know if you knew, which is fine, but just making sure you know. Did anybody else see the new Ape movie?
I really want to. I've heard so many good things.
The last one I saw was in 2002.
Did you enjoy the previous Dawn of the sequel of the remake?
I know that I felt like they gave a lot more than they did with Rise. I never really connected too much with Rise, but I really like Dawn a lot because of oh god, Mr. Gollum, freaking Andy Serkis. Yeah,
Circus?
Andy Serkis.
Is it not?
Yeah.
It's pronounced Circus, right?
I think so.
That's what I'm saying in my review, and I hope that
Right. Going
I've
into
already
the Andy
recorded everything, but I could
Serkis.
re-record it if I have to. Pretty sure it's Andy Serkis, right? It has to be.
I hope so.
Just animation.
But I thought that brought a lot of legitimacy to it. It had some comedic moments, and I really enjoyed that one part where the leader of the Enclave sees on his iPad for the first time they have electricity. I really thought like, wow, that's like the first time they've been able to utilize technology in a way of connecting to your family in a way that you never would have considered in the long time apocalypse. And I'm really looking forward to War for the Planet of, because I've heard it has a lot of references to Apocalypse Now.
Well, I can think of at least one, but I completely agree with the aspects of Dawn that you enjoyed. I enjoyed those very same aspects, and agree completely about the iPad thing. And I actually mentioned it in a video I made. However, I genuinely 100% without any exaggeration at all consider it to be the most formulated and cliched movie ever made of all time in existence that I've ever seen.
I could see that.
It's well made in many senses. It's you know, the motion capture is quite an impressive achievement, and you know, a lot of the performances were great also, but literally without any exaggeration, the most cliched and formulated film ever made. Not even kidding. Like that's my number one pick for films that like are insanely predictable, and you can tell exactly how everything is going to turn out to a T, and you're always 20 minutes ahead of the movie, and there's no surprise from the sequence of events, and the musical score, which isn't bad on its own, but is just used very inappropriately in a very factory kind of sense, where it's like cue the sad piano during the I'm dying in front of you very slowly, very appropriately timed scene. You know, like no room for interpretation kind of thing. And I mean, nothing wrong with enjoying the film, but that's what turned me off of it.
Yeah, no surprises.
I think I can say, like, if you loved the Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, like if you loved it, like genuinely loved it, you'll probably love War. But oh boy, it was very boring. It was a very boring film, and it had me rolling my eyes. But don't want to discourage you too much. My video will be out either later today or early tomorrow, because I'll be editing through that as soon as this Hangout call's done. Which, by the way, if anybody wants to watch me edit, I'll be streaming my editing. But yeah, very incredibly stretched out and boring film that had many, many, many very stupid things that happened in it that are filled with questions and conveniences, in my opinion.
Did you like Woody Harrelson? Did you like Woody Harrelson's performance?
Yeah. He didn't do anything like particularly impressive. I don't know. A lot of the time I feel like people really praise an actor's performance in the film just because they're an actor that they like, and they just keep doing the same thing over and over. Like, if we're going to talk about his performance, like, his performance was better in Zombieland. I don't know. Like, there was nothing wrong with his performance in War for the Planet of the Apes, but he didn't really... He wasn't really given any kind of an opportunity to showcase what he can do as an actor. He kind of just did the thing that he does, you know?
I know that they had it.
He's got kind of like not the same style, but the same effect in movies as Tom Hardy or something.
Tom Hardy, I've seen transform himself in more ways than I've seen Woody Harrelson. Although perhaps there's Woody Harrelson films that are a bit older that I haven't seen that I'm not taking into consideration.
I like True Detective. At least the first season.
Oh my god! Yeah, that was really good. Yeah, I enjoyed that.
I think like the two allusions to Apocalypse Now that I saw, or I didn't see, sorry, that I've been told, is there's something about someone writing on their helmet in white chalk, and then there's also the hair shaving scene that Woody Harrelson does.
The one that you can see in the trailer where he's like...
I think so, yeah. That's supposed to be kind of like... It's the same... Not as dark, obviously, but definitely like the Sergeant Kurtz shaving his head as well.
I don't know. I found some of the... Like, this isn't a spoiler at all. The film opens up... the writing on helmets shit is like near the beginning of the film, and I found it some of what they wrote on their helmets to be very comical. One of them just said "monkey killer," and I just thought that was kind of funny. Monkey killer, like, okay.
I liked the opening though. I thought it worked well.
Well, again, not going to try to spoil anything, but
monkey killer.
I mean, in terms of like things happening, it was like opening and ending, and then just a lot of like bull filler in between, and very stretched out, you know. And I just felt I'm not going to go into it too much. I'm sorry, but I'll have my video out very soon enough for anybody that's really curious about my specific opinions on the film.
Yeah. So
by the way, if anybody,
like
sorry,
they really are going to be remaking all of the Planet of the Apes movies.
So the next one's going to be Planet.
Well, they said it's the end of the trilogy in the marketing, but I mean, that's been alive before.
They can't just do all the prequels / sequels if you understand the plan. They can't just do all the prequels / sequels.
They said it was the end of a trilogy. They said it was the final chapter in the franchise. That's what they said in the marketing.
How the fuck do we get the planet then? Because that's where it's obvious.
Well, I mean, no, I mean the
Heston one.
I mean, if we're gonna compare to like the other franchises, I mean, like they did a lot of things very differently. The other franchises were like alternate universe, like fly in on a spaceship sort of thing, and then twist revelation, like it was Earth the whole time. You know, like there's clearly a lot that they you know, took creative artistic liberties towards. So I don't think there's any like there's no end goal that they have to reach that they haven't achieved. They can end it wherever they want, and they can end it exactly at the third movie, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, I mean, fair enough. It still reaches the same conclusion as the original planet of, hey, the apes rule shit now.
Yeah.
Like,
I was gonna say if when I do stream in like an hour and a half or so for the maybe 2 hours for editing, if anybody who has seen the film wants to drop in, I would love to be able to like cross-reference to like fact check a couple things before I publish it, because there's a lot of shit that is a little vague about the film, and I want to make sure that my memory is correct on a couple things. And there's nothing online there's no comprehensive, you know, plot synopsis online other than the wiki plot summary, which doesn't really go into detail about a couple things. So if anybody who has seen the film wants to join the stream later today, twitch.tv/ADUMPLAZE Adam Plays. It's linked
Adam Plays editing.
It's linked in on my gaming channel. You can find the link in the description for any of the gaming channel shit. If you don't know where you should know this. If you're on this channel, you should already know about that channel. Anyway, just throwing that out there.
I think one of the big
you're still doing the gaming thing regardless of the drama.
I was doing it before, so
I think that one of the big reasons why Andy Serkis hasn't been nominated is that he basically is a voice actor.
Also, the Academy is full of shit. So,
well, of course, it's certainly full of shit. But the thing is,
they only nominate what's obvious to them.
Well, sure, Lord of the Rings. That's what I mean. Is that he, in that case, he's attached to a giant money-making machine. He obviously should have been up for an Oscar, being attached to such a money-making machine. But they don't acknowledge voice actors. They don't
acknowledge a lot of shit.
And as such, you know, with voice actors basically having to do a lot of motion capture, it's very unlikely that no matter how good of a performance he gives, even though both his performance is vocal and physical, that he's ever going to get that kind of recognition. Not that it validates anything that he does or invalidates, but you know, you'd think that after being attached to the big money-making machine that is Lord of the Rings, that he would have gotten some kind of recognition.
He's already got the best recognition he possibly can. Reddit. Our movies.
Oh, I thought you were going to say you.
I said no. Reddit. Our movies.
Yeah. I say even well-known actors when they do voice acting roles get shit on, kind of like when you were talking about Rango. I remember leaving a comment because a lot of people were like, "Oh, my family hated it for some reason." I'm like, they're just mad that they couldn't see Johnny Depp's face.
I don't know if I could dismiss everybody's criticisms with the film as that, though.
Yeah,
there's a lot of movies where you can see Johnny Depp's face that nobody likes.
Yeah, but that's what it felt like to me. Because Rango, honestly, I had a lot of fun with it. I liked it. It was a neat little Western thing.
Mm-hmm. I enjoyed it very much. I would like to see it again. It had some very fantastic animation. Yeah, Gore Verbinski, what hath thou done? I still haven't seen the Cure for Wellness.
I love it.
Yes. Heard very mixed things about it.
It's polarizing, yeah. We got 6 days until Dunkirk comes out in 70 millimeter.
More like Dumb Jerk.
It's got really, really good reviews so far.
Ha ha ha!
Better than Interstellar? Let's see. Dunkirk.
Dumb jerk.
Meta. More like dumb jerk. Let's see. Where are the reviews that you are seeing, though?
I was seeing them from like I was looking at like the early reactions that people were having to it.
Who? Because every single fucking blockbuster movie is gonna have
because I
way
know
blown out
Metacritic hasn't been released, but
if you premiere Suicide Squad at Comic-Con, you're gonna get like 99% of people saying it was so good. You know, like I'll wait until the critics are out. I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if it has similar or lower ratings than Interstellar. I wouldn't even be surprised. But let's see. It could be great. Sorry?
Even Avatar: The Last Airbender had supposed great initial reactions.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like I remember seeing like the commercials on TV, and there's people coming out of the theater being like, "It's the best shit ever."
Yeah, that's usually. I mean, like TV spots are not a very good, the
worst
reliable rating system. It's not a very good population sample.
I already knew it was gonna be bad though, because I followed it during like the design process, and he's like, "We're cutting out all this shit that made the first season great," and I'm like, "Yep."
Yeah, the TV spots when they show people coming out of the theaters, they're either actors or they just only include people that liked the film, or you know, when people get a TV camera in front of them and they come out of a movie and the people with the microphone and the TV camera say, "Hey, we're directly financially tied to this film. You want to tell us what you thought about this?" They're going to be like, "We want to be on TV. It was awesome." Like,
yep.
Even if they thought it was like, all right, who knows?
The new cast for The Lion King live action got released.
Like, how could you live action that though? Like, it's still just going to be CGI.
Well,
they've had it.
They do have a Broadway musical. Let's not forget. But I mean, like, it's going to be Jon Favreau. I'll watch it, but I mean,
James Earl Jones is returning as Mufasa.
Oh,
he better.
That's pretty fucking cool.
John Oliver.
I'm not
is
excited.
Zazu.
I heard about that. I'm not excited about that. Rowan Atkinson still exists, you know. Rowan Atkinson still exists. If you're gonna reprise the role of Mufasa for James Earl Jones, Rowan Atkinson is equally as important. And I don't trust John Oliver would do a great job with it. I don't trust him that he would make a great Zazu. Maybe I'll just have to see what it's like, but who knows?
And Seth Rogen is playing Pumbaa.
Oh, God,
that's not. No. Hey, that's actually not the worst casting.
Yeah, he can do it. He could do it.
Nah, like, it's an excuse to get a celebrity in there other than some random nobody like he was last time. Remember when animated films were made and they didn't have every celebrity's actor on the actor's name on the poster? Remember when you could release a movie like The Lion King and still have celebrities in the movie, but that wasn't your selling point? Your selling point was that it's a good movie? Anybody remember? I remember 1994?
Yeah, I remember before Madagascar came out.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's pretty... That might have been what started it, wasn't it? I don't know, something like that.
Pretty much,
I actually like the first Madagascar.
Wait. Live action James Earl Jones?
No.
Well, what?
Well, it's like live action as in like the same way the new Jungle Book was live action. It's not like real tigers.
I would love to see James Earl Jones in a lion costume.
I thought that they were. I thought they were going to basically. I thought they were just going to cut all the BS, and it wasn't going to be like CG, and it was just basically going to be Macbeth. Like they were going to just be They were just going to be basically people.
No, I don't think so.
They were just doing.
That'd be very strange.
Like it was just James Earl Jones, and
that'd
they were.
be so funny. But I don't think they would do that. There's no way they would do that.
They could call it Lion King, but it'd just be Macbeth.
And just like
a bunch of our first movie.
A bunch of like random dudes running around chasing down antelope and biting them.
Exactly. There we go.
A bunch of like super fast Kenyans.
You have to have James Earl Jones explaining to Simba why it's okay that he hunts down these other random humans running around in herds.
Yeah, I like that idea more. How are they going to do the Scar falling to his death scene?
I still have yet to see the new Jungle Book.
I liked it. I think you're going to think it's I think you're going to think it's formulaic.
I hear some of the singing was like. I hear some of the singing in it was like really forced.
Yeah.
I really liked. Oh God.
The Holocaust.
The monkey. Yeah. Well, it was okay.
You
for a little
fucking
while.
Nazi! Get out of my chat.
Look. Just because I'm a Jew doesn't mean that I didn't enjoy the Holocaust. I mean, there were some times.
Yeah, you guys got Israel.
I can pass. Yeah, sure.
Where's
and I
the Wall
mean,
Street Journal? Clip it.
Oh,
Context removed. Why is my Hangout so white? Can anybody explain that?
We're all Nazis.
I'm sorry for being white. You
guys better start tanning so I
guilt.
can fulfill those quotas.
I'm sort of tan on my hands.
Okay.
I'll repent on Tumblr. No.
I get it. You want to see my friend?
Sorry, what were you saying before I
I
so rudely interrupted you? What were you saying, Wet Man?
He
I was
likes the
saying
Holocaust.
something. Oh, okay. Yeah. There you go. Case
You
closed.
liked? You're taking too long to like say what you liked, so I had to fill it in with a joke. If you take more than like 5 seconds, I'm gonna crack a one-liner.
Oh, that's fine. I lost my train of thought, and
I'm very
now
sorry.
all I can think of is the great times that was back in the 1940s.
We were talking about the Jungle Book. We were talking about.
Oh yeah, I think you're gonna think that it's very formulaic in the plot progression, but I think there's going to be fun scenes as well as great performances that won't necessarily make up for it, but will elevate it above its more formulaic plot.
I don't know. We'll see what I get out of it.
Like Christopher Walken's rendition of "I Want to Be Like You," I thought I really liked it.
Is it just a live reading in monotone?
In some parts.
Yeah.
Long ass pauses.
Man, I wish I could do a Walken impression. That's the only impression you would have to do to like be considered a talented impressionist. Just the Walken.
I don't know.
I'm not even gonna I know I can't.
It would be really funny if you could.
Let me tell you something.
Wow. No, can't.
I know you do a good pyrocynical impression, though.
I did, but I'm
Yeah.
not
And
going.
the Mark did an amazing leaky one.
This is the best wake up call I've ever gotten. It was like I got up at like 7 to talk to one of my friends for a little bit, but she had to like go. So I just went back to bed, and then like my phone's like, "Dude, you're freaking the fuck out." I'm like, "Oh, cool, the Hangout's happening," and
Oh, that's funny.
this is giving me the energy I need to go buy slippers and a coat and take an Uber around base.
Dope.
Uber can't come on our base. Fuck.
No.
I mean, I need Uber because I don't have a license. So
I walk everywhere.
I just got my bullshit BC license. It's a big N sticker that you have to put on your car. It's not a sticker; it's a magnet. For like 2 years because I decided not to get my. It's for new driver.
Nancy.
Yeah. I don't even have a car, but my idea is if I get my license now and I have it ready for like the year 2020 or so, then perhaps self-driving cars will be a thing in like there or maybe 5 years from then.
Well, if they self-drive, you don't need a fucking license then.
Yeah, you will. You want to fucking bet?
I don't want to bet.
$50 you will need a license to drive a self-driving car. For the first
you
year
lose, you have
plus
to.
that they're out. $50 right.
This is some bullshit. I'm intimately familiar with every single system of a fucking tank, and I need a license to drive a self.
Oh yeah, I'm not saying it makes sense. I'm not saying it makes sense. I'm saying this is how the government works. They're not gonna say, hey, you don't need a license to drive a self-driving car. And plus, like self-driving vehicles, the first ones that will enter the market are not going to be completely autonomous. They're going to be ones where self-driving is a feature as an add-on. And
it's like
there's no way they're going to say like, oh yeah, you don't need a license to own and be in the, be the sole operator of a motor vehicle, even though you're not.
You don't need a license to own a car.
They're not gonna write a new law. Like the law as it exists will mean that you have to have a license. They're not gonna write a new law to like perhaps maybe decrease safety in their eyes. You will need a license to have a self-driving car, guaranteed.
Well, it'd be really hard for them to catch people that are breaking that law because the self-driving cars
which is why you'll need a license.
It's
which is why you'll just
have random police stops now. Be like, hey, your self-driving car kind of swerved a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, there's plenty of fucking laws that don't make sense that exist. You just have to anticipate, how sensible is the government on X issue, and think.
Fucking not sensible at all.
Yeah, there you go. And you're a government employee, so.
I am. Yeah.
Yeah, this is your fault.
I swear he was going to say something like...
I to shoot at people that don't understand our stupid laws.
Yes.
I swear he was going to say something like, sir, I am intimately familiar with all the laws of the DMVs and the upcoming trends in the DMV's licensing system, and I can guarantee you're not going to need any sort of license.
My base is a fusion military base / DMV, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
They're killing multiple birds with one stone here.
Did you not know about the militant branch of the DMV?
We were all trained in DMV.
I'll have you know I graduated top of my class in the DMV, and I won't have you talking such words, you little shit.
I am dedicated, have studied, and consistently display conduct becoming a DMV man.
Did you really?
I actually rewatched that review.
I would like to rewatch that movie.
I would like to rewatch a lot of movies as well.
It's a great film.
I have gum in one of my hair. I just realized.
I thought that you didn't need a license in Canada just because you're all kind of like where it is in the host, where you're like, hey, you need a car? Oh yeah, just take mine. It's okay, just bring it back.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but they're
like
not cars. They're dog sleds, though. They're not cars.
Oh, okay. Okay. You
Canada,
I want to see.
Canada is just the host.
What is it? Some risers, like and a sweet sound system on that sled. Maybe you can get.
They're called subwoofers. Oh.
Bam!
Oh.
Bam!
Oh.
I hope you're proud of what you've done today, Adam.
I always am.
Proud of every
and ashamed.
You always know who.
I'm gonna pride shame you, Adam.
You're gonna what?
Pride shame. How dare you be proud?
No. I don't deserve it.
Who fucking knows? I don't know. Fucking ran 2 miles in less than 15 minutes. I was proud of that until I fucking collapsed at the end of the track. I was like, ah.
How would you describe your sound? Husky.
Yeah.
I refuse to acknowledge that.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Oh, hey, he's also walking around his room.
What?
Totally destroyed because I got here like 2 days ago.
Do I use Reddit on a regular basis? Yes, all the time.
Yes.
I have a subreddit where I'm fairly active. I think in many of the videos that I've made, I've told people that if they want to get my attention to post something on my subreddit.
Adam, I have a question.
Yes.
Do you have a VidMe account that you archive with?
Yes.
Cool. Good on you.
That was a very, very easy question to answer.
Well, I'm glad I can make it easy for the both of us.
Is it bad? I do not know what this is.
VidMe?
Yeah.
It's a competitor site to YouTube.
Okay.
That we'll see how it goes. I don't know what kind of I'm using it to like archive and host my videos on my website. They're a very nice, personable, friendly crew of people, and they're very like tight knit with their community. But at the same time, it might also be because their community isn't as massively large as YouTube. They have better policies.
They're also not cool.
They have better policies when it comes to like censorship and advertising. From what I can tell, for the most part, you know, anytime YouTube's had a controversy, they've always made some sort of a like parody jab at them, which have turned out pretty funny. I'm just trying to, I don't know. I would like to see where they go. Still trying to, you know, interpret exactly where their market is, because right now it seems like pretty much everybody that posts on VidMe also posts on YouTube, and there's only like a very, I think
they're happy to be like the secondary unrestricted version. Like it could be like the uncensored release of YouTube videos.
Yeah.
I think that's what some people actually use it for.
Yeah.
Oh, no doubt.
I don't know. It has its purposes. I have my own kind of purpose for it. 1 second.
Yeah, I'm just now in like the middle of the afternoon becoming the long process of turning into an adult.
Rasmus, I didn't know that was your friend, and you're asking why I followed him on Twitter? Because he followed me first, so ask him. The kid from Stranger Things followed me on Twitter, so I was like, I'll follow you back.
Oh, that's pretty neat.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
No,
he was very, very good in that show, even though I've only seen the first 4 episodes. He's going to be in the new It movie, which, I mean, I don't think that he'll do a bad job in it, but I don't expect the movie to be a good movie.
Oh, it's called It. Okay.
Yeah. The new It movie.
Yeah, the new It.
It movie.
Right.
Yeah.
I was, man.
Yeah.
It's on the hot press.
Stuckman has a review for It already? He gets so many fucking screenings.
Hopefully you can become that popular, Adam.
Not about popularity. I don't think. I'm sure that plays a factor. I don't think I'll ever get that kind of press, because I'm a very negative critic. And so why would anybody?
Hey, it's not their fault if their movie sucks.
Okay, but why from a marketing perspective, why would a studio willingly send me to one of their screenings with the expectation that I'll probably trash their movie and tell people not to see it?
And honestly,
Chris Stuckman is a lot more forgiving to films than I am. And I don't even think, like, I'm just speculating, because I don't even think that many of the screenings he goes to are ones where, like, studios invite him or anything like that. I think that a lot of the ones that he goes to are just, you know, he has this system for, like, free press screenings in his area. And I think he's talked about this before, about, you know, he's complained about people that show up to these screenings and are like, it's a free movie, I'm just going to talk the whole time, or something, like being annoyed by them. So I don't know what kind of system he has or whatever. There's similar kind of things you can sign up for in different cities, but it's just like, I've never found... They're like first come, first serve, and in a city like Vancouver, they disappear like right away. So I don't know. I've never really tried with that. I love that I got like to see Inside Out 2 weeks early and shit on it. That was fun.
I don't recall you like ripping that one a new one.
I think I gave it a 5, maybe a 6.5, but I did shit on it in the sense that I was being uncompromisingly realistic about it in my perspective. You were talking about his War for the Planet of the Apes review. Yeah, I saw it. I can see why he liked it. I can understand why everybody fucking loves that movie, but I need some like consistent plot. I need plot. I need my plot to be I need it to make sense. And I can't stand very blatant and transparent forced emotion being brought upon by like music insertion and like the slow motion battle like
silent death scenes better.
Sorry?
I think I like silent death scenes better.
I'm not gonna.
It just lets it happen, It doesn't do anything. It just lets the characters do their thing and lets it happen.
I'm not gonna impose.
You should be sad.
I think for the most part I agree with you. I would never want to impose any kind of like way that a thing should be done. Like I'm always gonna say like it depends on the movie, it depends on the context. But I mean, if a death is gonna happen, I would like it to not be like milked.
You don't want.
I wouldn't want the film to milk it, and I wouldn't want it to be for like the explicit purpose of inserting like a tear-jerking scene where it otherwise doesn't belong, which is, I'm not going to spoil anything, but that happens exactly in that movie. I'm not going to say which character or anything, but there's literally death scenes that exist just like for no reason other than to be like, oh, sad now, where like they weren't developed until literally a minute or two earlier in the script, where there was one short scene where they were developed very sloppily, very abruptly. Literally, like this scene's just thrown in there to be like, oh, look at this character, and then he dies 2 minutes later. It's just so fucking transparent and
the death ends up becoming their character arc.
Yeah, it's just like, hey, pay attention to this character. They're a nice character, don't you think? I know we haven't really done anything else with this character this whole movie, but we like this character, right? Oops. They're dead. Aren't you sad? Hear the piano music? It's pretty sad right now, don't you think?
If the movie like attributed just as less, because like that's something what you're describing sounds a lot like Attack on Titan to me. Only Attack on Titan uses that as they treat the death just as fleetingly as it is.
Fucking cheated on one of those deaths.
In that they basically like they'll have the character that is very nice and bright or has aspirations or whatnot, and he just very swiftly is killed off in a very gruesome way. And the story.
What are you talking about though?
Attack on Titan.
Oh yeah.
And that they're very swiftly killed, and the story just continues. There is no mourning. There is no.
Yeah.
And I think, by the sound of it, is if the Planet of the Apes treated it more like that, where here's this person with aspirations. Oh wait, life just takes them away that just as quickly, and the story moves on.
The developing of the character was insanely forced too. There was no development. There was no development at all. It was literally just like
spoilers, because there was.
We're not talking about spoilers. I am being.
Okay, hang on. I can say it without spoilers.
Be as careful as you possibly can be to not say anything that could even potentially be considered a spoiler.
Okay.
Remember, I'll be on Twitch later, literally streaming my editing of that review, where you can.
Well, we're talking along the lines of Attack on Titan. There's a certain character where they killed her, but then they characterized her after the death, and I'm like, that's bullshit. You can't fucking do that.
I don't even know what you're talking about. Is it in season 2?
No, it's season 1.
Okay, I need to rewatch season 1 again. Anyway,
it was like
I don't remember.
They killed Petra off, and she was supposed to like marry Levi, pretty much.
Oh, I thought you weren't gonna spoil anything.
Wait, fuck it.
There was a bit of a miscommunication.
Okay.
Whatever.
Hey,
anybody that's seen it knows it, and anybody that hasn't seen it doesn't care.
That's not true.
Fair enough.
but let's move
That's
on.
what I'm going to say to make myself feel better. Let's go.
Ultimatums don't exist in real life.
I saw it and I didn't even remember that character died.
Sean, you had a question?
Oh, yeah. I was wondering if you heard of there's this new movie that just came out, and it's getting really good reviews. It has an 85 on Metacritic.
What is it?
About Casey Affleck in a bed sheet, and he's a ghost.
Oh yeah.
Who follows around.
Is it just called Ghost Story or something?
It's a ghost.
It's from the director of Ain't Them Body Saints, which also had Casey Affleck and Rooney Mara.
I know, but I didn't even think that was great. But
yeah.
Ghost.
Do you think you might see it?
I'm sure I'll see it at some point. The real question is whether or not I'll see it in theaters. I don't know. It looks, from what I can tell, it looks like obnoxiously Sundancey.
It got premiered at Sundance.
I know. It looks there's a certain type of film where it's a lot of American indie films I'll describe as like Sundance movies in a negative way. Like, there's a lot of great movies that have premiered at Sundance. There's a lot of Sundance isn't a shitty film festival, but they are the hotbed for like really pretentious and obnoxious indie American films that beg to be interpreted without living up to without living up to what they pretend to be in terms of art and interpretation.
Sounds like Garden State.
Sorry?
Sounds like Garden State.
I haven't even seen that yet, but I've heard that about it. But yeah, like indie movies that try really, really, really hard, and it's, really obnoxious and blatant how hard they're trying, but not, when I say try hard, it's like that, try hard, not like actual, coordinated intent and effort and talent. I don't know. We'll see how it is. It's got a good Metacritic rating, you're right, but let's see it's from 55 critics. Okay. It's from 55 critics. It's got an 84 Metascore. I might like it. Who knows? But the trailer made it seem a little pretentious. That's all I'm going to say. He directed Pete's Dragon.
He's doing the new Peter Pan movie, too.
Oh. We'll see how it is. I don't even know what to expect from it. In this singular exploration of legacy, love, loss, and the enormity of existence, a recently deceased white-sheeted ghost returns to his suburban home to try to reconnect with his bereft wife.
What?
It does. That's the plot description, and it seems pretentious. And I've never even read that before, and it still seems pretentious. But we'll see how it is. We'll see how it is.
So gross.
It looks like the value of the movie can be interpreted from the trailer, of like, hey, it's a ghost, but it's like it's in a bed sheet, so it's like ironic, but it's still a ghost. It's like, wow, when you show ghosts in movies, they're not usually like that. That's so crazy.
Why not just?
And it's
watch
also an
movie?
interesting aspect ratio, which I'm hoping doesn't override people's perceptions. But what are you saying?
Why not just watch the movie Ghost
with Bruce Willis?
Yes. Wait, what?
I don't know. There's another ghost movie.
Patrick Swayze.
The Swayster. The Swayze.
The Swayze Express.
Patrick Scabies.
Man who could dress up like a woman for an entire movie and still be just as manly.
Yes.
Yep.
Then there's Ghost Dad.
Ghost Daddy.
Mm.
Oh my
Ghost Dog.
Ghost Dog. Oh.
I still haven't seen that. Jarmusch.
The sequel to Air Bud.
I thought that was the sequel to Marley and Me.
Old Yeller.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Insert dead dog here.
Oh man, what if oh my god, now I just want to make a funny tweet about it. It's like, this is an interesting trilogy or something. Like,
Casper is actually Richie Rich.
Yeah, because if you haven't seen Ghost Dog and you just have the cover to go off of, it's almost like the dog like is a ghost, and then his anthropomorphization of his ghost entity is a black man that was trapped inside the dog the whole time.
No,
and reincarnation exists.
That reminds me that I was playing the classic Sims, and we got the magic stuff, and we somehow turned our dog into a black man that became our bubble.
In Sims?
Yeah, in the Sims, like the original Sims,
What?
you could do shit like that.
You
yeah,
can
Sims 1.
turn people into different species?
Yeah, it was like we turned our like we used some magic shit and turned our dog.
Oh, magic. Oh, yeah.
Guy.
I'm not super familiar with The Sims.
Like the original Sims has like the most shit you can do in it, but like its graphics are shit.
Yep.
So if you can look past that, you'll have a lot of fun.
Graham fix.
Graphics.
Them polygons.
Man.
I think it was free.
So, that caterpillar from A Bug's Life really looks like a fleshlight.
What?
How did we get here?
I'm sorry, was that not the subject that we were going?
I want to get off the phone now. Do you have a screenshot of this?
I do. I do.
All right, let's see this image meme. All right, clicking it.
I'm just like off and on the thing.
Kind of looks like a flashlight there.
Yeah, I guess.
Maybe.
I mean, he was kind of a pussy.
I don't know.
Really tight.
He's a very annoying character now that I'm looking at him and remembering it again. He's a very annoying character.
What kind of flashlight is that? Like,
no, the one with the mouth on it instead of the one with the butt or the vagina on it, obviously.
Yeah, but the eyes. I don't know.
Wait, you don't like him looking up at you?
Oh my god.
You gotta.
I'm not getting hard for watching this.
Conductor, I would like to get off the train now.
I would like to get off a train too.
I would like to get off
Adam.
Mr. Bones' wild ride.
I got off a plane a couple days ago.
Yes, what's up?
By the way, I sent you a thing on. I just sent you like a message on Patreon.
Yes.
Something that I made that I think you might enjoy.
Okay. I'll check it out later when I have time. After I'm done with my Planet of the Gapes.
Yeah, I could mail you an MRE.
A what?
An MRE.
MRE.
Don't eat those. They're terrible.
They're not too bad, honestly. You just got to get the right one.
You have not had enough of them if you think that.
I've eaten them.
I don't even know what those are.
year,
Oh, military
and I
ration
actually
something? Is that what that is?
Meal ready to eat.
Oh.
I have another one in my bag here. Give me a second.
Is it like space food?
Basically, it's like 2,000 calories in one meal, and then you can't shit for 6 days. And when you do, it feels like razor blades covered in Tabasco.
Okay, you ate the old ones then.
Oh,
Ooh,
no.
Betty, tell me more.
2,000 calories in one meal is a lot.
You burn a lot in the field, but
This is
it's
true.
good for just that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I guess that would be the goal.
Us Americans really pack in the calories to every meal.
What's so it's like a bag of shit?
It's a bag where you have a main meal.
Yeah, you got like your main, you got your carbs, your other carbs, your cheese, and if you're lucky, peanut butter, like a drink, and some other shit. You got to get the right ones, though. Like, if you get the wrong one, you're going to have a bad time.
Do they accept people with extreme food allergies into the military?
No.
Yeah, they accept vegetarians, too.
Well, that's not an allergy. That's a conscious choice.
I think that was a joke.
So when you say extreme food allergy, what do you
If
mean?
someone's allergic to peanuts and they'll die, do they just not get accepted into the military?
Waivers
just don't eat the peanut butter.
But no, waivers happen, but oftentimes they don't let them through.
Yeah. Man.
Honestly, if they're allergic to peanut butter, they can just not eat the peanut butter. Like,
You
it's
can
all
still get
vacuum
some
sealed.
If you're peanut allergies are ones that are sometimes so severe where if they like touch it, they'll like go into shock.
Well, every single thing in the MRE is like vacuum sealed and segregated from each other. So, yeah, you mix them if you want to.
I would like to see it. Oh yeah, apparently Quentin Tarantino is making a Manson movie.
Oh, okay.
Tarantino. Or
So
at least he's expressed interest in it.
So when you say Manson movie, I'm correct in assuming like the Manson family murders kind of deal.
The Charles Manson, not the Marilyn Manson.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Okay, cool. I might watch it. I like serial killers.
Brad Pitt and Jennifer Lawrence are supposed to star in it. That's who Quentin wants.
That would be very strange.
That would be kind of weird.
I'm excited to see how Aronofsky's new movie goes. Because I'm not like whatever it is. I don't know. I'm not like big on J-Law or anything, but I'm willing to see how she does in an Darren Aronofsky film.
The poster was really, really interesting.
It better be.
So we will see.
Yep.
Like I'm sitting here with like film aficionados, and I'm just the guy who's like, I watch Adam because I like memes and like watching his reviews.
Heresy. I'm just here for the memes. Excuse me.
Meme machine. Meme machine.
I finally got around to watching Kill Bill, both of them together, and it was wonderful.
I love them. They're like probably my favorite. Either that or Pulp Fiction are my favorite Quentin Tarantino films.
Yeah, they are.
I'm not going to spoil anything, but I'm not going to spoil anything. But in Volume 1, when Uma Thurman wakes up, it really got to me.
Mm.
It's awesome. There's like
fantastic.
Kill Bill. I don't even care if anybody spoils Kill Bill because it's been more than 10 years, and it's like, I mean, there's nothing about the plot that you could spoil that ruins the experience of the film.
Because it's just a kick-ass action revenge film.
It's awesome. I love it. The music is all amazing.
The animation
I have to say, it's got a little bit of something for like everybody, you know? Like it's got the fucking blood. Anime portions, you know?
What about it?
It's got like a little bit of something for everybody.
Well, it's like each of the members of the Block Mamba or whatever, like everybody on the list is like almost like a representation for a genre that he was trying to imitate. You know, like there's a Western and you know there's like the whole
hell there's a fucking anime.
No, I mean
and where is Cool Cat? I really forgot that she was in that movie until I saw the review.
Oh yeah, Vivica A. Fox. I was
blanking for a second. It's like, wait, what? Uma Thurman?
Wait, Cool Cat?
Uma Thurman was with Cool Cat?
I don't remember.
She made a cameo.
I don't remember. Was it Uma Thurman going down to try and kill
Uma Thurman is actually Mama Cat.
There you go.
It makes so much sense.
All I can imagine is Cool Cat trying to inject Mama Cat with adrenaline strained to her heart.
I really liked that there were some celebrity cameos in Cool Cat because it brought some legitimacy towards me covering it in the first place. Because otherwise it would just be like, why am I reviewing someone's like home movie from some like mentally disabled man?
Right, Eric Estrada.
Oh yeah, exactly. And then it's like, if you have actual Hollywood celebrities in it, then it's like, okay, this is a movie, I guess.
Let's
and I can make fun of it now. You know,
I'm pretty sure they were really, really drunk for that movie. Honestly, like
they were sold on the idea of it being like a public service announcement, like a PSA, right?
Oh,
and their scene exists.
So they did something with the best intentions at heart, and we can still give them credit for that.
Their scene existed as a short before the film was even made, along with. So if you look on IMDb, you can see the shorts, and it was like Cool Cat finds a gun, Cool Cat stops bullying, and one other one. Anyway, Cool Cat in the Hollywood Parade. Yeah, those three. So the Vivica A. Fox and the Eric Estrada scene was its own short PSA film, anti-bullying thing that we were like, oh yeah, I can just film like 5 minutes. It's good for my PR sort of thing. Like I'm not even sure they were paid. So there's that. Cool Cat in the Hollywood Parade was its own thing, and Cool Cat Finds a Gun was its own thing. And then Derek Savage just was like, let's stitch all of these together very sloppily and include scenes in between to like make this some sort of cohesive plot, which is why right before they go to the Eric Estrada and Vivica A. Fox scene, they immediately have some bullshit explanation for why Daddy Derek and Mama Cat aren't there. It's like, oh hey, Mom's still getting ready. Let me drop you off and then come back home to wait for her. And you'll just be there by yourself without me. It's like they had to make some sort of quick explanation for why.
Like, hey, why don't you go? Hey, like they could have just sold it like Vivica.
There's a million things they could have done that would have made more sense.
Like, what I would have done is I would have sold them as like the parents of the little girl, and he was like going over to like have a play date or something. It would have been way more sense made.
Didn't make any sense.
A play date where neither of the celebrity endorsers have children of their own. It's just in their yard.
You know what I find disturbing upon realizing this after my review is that Cool Cat spends a lot of his time in both the film and in the comic books. He spends a lot of his time in the sandbox, and he's a cat.
Oh my god!
He's a cat, and he spends a lot of his time in the sandbox.
He's got diarrhea.
Like, is he shitting in there or what?
Oh.
Maybe that's what he's doing whenever he shakes his leg like that.
Shaking out a turd from his shorts.
He doesn't wear pants. That's why.
There's another Cool Cat other than the Derek Savage one.
Well,
back in 1967, there was a Looney Tunes cartoon that was just called Cool Cat.
There's like 800 different Cool Cats if you really want to track them all down. It's a very unoriginal name for your character.
Okay, you know? But Cool Cat's the coolest cat.
Cool Cat is like a colloquial saying in the English language. Is like, you're a cool cat. Like that's... You can't... It's not like an original idea.
I am a cool cat.
Anyway.
Fun fact, Daniel Day-Lewis is actually Cool Cat, and he's a method actor, and he's playing a furry.
Yes.
Beautiful.
Sweet.
The actor who plays Cool Cat is probably the most saint-like individual involved with the production. Because it doesn't exist without him, and he's still ready to do it every day. Probably doesn't get paid very much at all. And always gung-ho to work with that crazy, crazy man. He
gets paid in LSD.
I want to give the actor who plays Cool Cat some sort of an award. I want to just... He's a saint. He's genuinely a saint.
The coolest cat award.
Give him one of Neil Breen's awards.
You need to get him a panel at some furry convention.
Yeah,
that'd be great.
Bring the Cool Cat suit.
He suddenly becomes an advocate for fur conventions and kids getting into furries.
Oh my god!
And I'll pay him like $100,000 to show up, and he has to sign a contract that he's never out of suit or out of character
for the rest of his life.
Yeah,
you just gotta find him and have him do like what Tyrone did for you. I could totally see the script that you gave Tyrone done for Cool Cat.
That was pretty great.
That would be crossing the line of copyright. Using the same actor to play the same character.
Yeah, Daddy Derek copyright very, very severely.
Yeah. And I wouldn't want to potentially tarnish their relationship when the acting is very important to what makes Cool Cat so special. I wouldn't want them to have any kind of falling out over me or anything.
Yeah, like I say, at the end of the day, Daddy Derek's trying to do the right thing, and Cool Cat's having fun. So as long as they keep doing that,
I don't know if Daddy Derek's trying to do the right thing at all, but Cool Cat, I don't know if Cool Cat's having fun either. I don't know if I can agree with anything you just said.
Whatever.
But I appreciate the sentiment.
We will disagree over things. That's just how people are.
So we're still calling him Daddy Derek, huh?
Yes.
The train never stops.
I already asked if I could get off a long time ago.
You don't get to leave.
You keep asking to get off these trains. I mean,
joke's on you. We're not on the train.
Would that be a locomotive file?
Ha ha ha.
Maybe. Auto file.
Or do I look like a dragon?
Local file.
I'm all done. I'm gonna have one more. All right.
I have some like really badass pasta I cooked last night that I just
what?
touching.
Ah, delicious. So good.
Oh, Adam.
What's up?
I have like an actually like legitimate question about like your reviews, like for recording like quickies, like for the voiceover you do you like write a script up for like what you're going to say first, or does it kind of just come to you, right? And then you edit out all of the
I spent a lot of time. So I spent like for the 25 minutes of voiceover that I did yesterday for my War for the Planets of the Apes thing, that was pretty much the whole day, like my entire day, and I woke up pretty early too. So I guess I just kind of combined the writing process and the recording process into one by not writing anything down and just like say a couple lines. You know, I have a general idea of what I want to say or like how I want to start, and for the most part, I mean, for a review like this especially, I don't have to worry too much about the structure because I'm just essentially going through it, the plot point by point. And as long as I remember, so I wrote shit down on my phone after the movie ended as a kind of reminder of point form, what happened in the movie sort of thing. So so it's fresh in my mind after the film and I can discuss it with the person I saw the movie with, which was Scoot. He saw the movie with me. Yeah, the only time I'll ever write anything down or type anything out as I'm recording it is if there's a really long sentence that's a bit of a tongue twister and I keep screwing up repeatedly on each take. So that's about it. Yeah, I don't really script it. I just do the scripting process as I'm doing it by, instead of writing it down, I just talk it and record it. But it still took a long time.
That's why it feels more natural, I guess. Do it.
Yeah. Hey,
Hello,
Blue Star, what's up? How are you? Is your mic working? Blue Star.
Russer.
We'll wait.
Russer.
I think his audio might not be working. We do not hear you. We do not hear you. FYI.
Russer.
Me and my buddies actually got really drunk and watched Nanoland one day a couple months ago.
It's the correct thing to do.
And they had a fucking blast.
I'm glad.
I showed my entire class at school before school ended back in like June. I showed the entire class. I was making like a video project for school, and I snuck in the entire trailer of Cool Cat Saves the Kids, and they were dying.
That's good.
It was beautiful.
That's awesome.
This should work.
So much.
Hey, hello.
It works, okay.
Hello.
I don't know, like Google selected something else other than my microphone for some reason. I don't know.
Yeah. Whatever. How are you? How are you today?
I'm good. I saw It Comes at Night 3 times. Just
good.
because.
I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was only playing for a week.
Yeah,
because
it's coming out on Blu-ray soon.
Yeah, the Blu-ray cover looks.
Yeah, we don't have
kind of bad, honestly.
Well, the American one, the Canadian one's not the same.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it's the Canadian one's not dramatically better, but it's nothing that I would upset over. The American cover looks kind of dumb.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was
the
only
one that was
playing for a
posted
week.
on the subreddit, yeah.
I guess because it wasn't popular enough, but whatever.
Yeah. I mean, it had a lot of people reacting to it in the film online forums and communities for sure.
There was,
as it came out, there was a lot of polarizing opinions for sure.
The first time I saw it, there was some fucking idiots who decided to laugh at the end and say, "Oh, it didn't come at night," and I was just like, "Oh God, shut up."
There's
It was tempting to tell them to shut up, but I didn't.
There's yeah, there's yeah,
So
not gonna spoil anything, but
yeah.
there was definitely a lady who was very loud during the screening and just like, yeah, she kept reacting to like things in ways that were no longer a genuine reaction, but more just commentary. And it was just like, ugh, stop. And then
sorry.
And then as soon as the movie was over, she got up. She's like, I want my money back. And it's just like, okay, well, maybe you should have left earlier. Like, if you were doing this the whole movie.
Do you have ushers sitting in with you? Like,
do I have what?
Ushers, basically like people who work there to tell people like to shut up and to be quiet.
Not in that theater.
Okay.
I mean, like, honestly, I went to the Alamo Draft House when I was in Austin, and I wish that I had one in Vancouver. I wish that every theater was like that. It's an awesome, awesome experience.
They have
a very strict no talking, no texting policy where they will kick you out, and that's why I love it. And their food is awesome, and they have like service during the movie. You just write it on a piece of paper and leave it there, and they can just take it without even talking or disturbing anybody. Just like deliver food and drinks and shit. It's a very, very well thought out system. It's a very well oiled machine.
Is it an independent cinema, I guess?
It's kind of a chain in Austin, I guess. So like they have 3 in Austin that are all within like half an hour of each other, and I don't know where their other 3 locations are. They've got a few more in America.
NYC has one, I think.
I believe that they're owned by the same company as Draft House Cinema Distribution that released documentaries like The Act of Killing. Because when I went into their theater, I actually just saw they had a vending machine of exclusively just Draft House Cinema Blu-rays that you could just buy while you were there. And it's like, okay, this is clearly the same company. And I had my suspicions beforehand. But that's really pretty cool, I think. They've released some cool shit. Yeah. But yeah, it was awesome. Great theater. Love it. Love it to pieces. I wish every theater was like it.
Oh yeah, there's a really cool one that I visit down near me called the Watershed, which shows a lot of really cool stuff. A lot of crap as well, but doesn't everyone.
So far, my favorite theater in Vancouver is the Rio, but there's only one of them. So, bye, Dang Gill, Meme Cliff, Meme Life. I appreciate it. Thank you for joining.
I'm very interested in Valerian and the City of 1,000 Planets.
In what way?
I really enjoy seeing sci-fi that brings up a lot of their little concepts, technologically, societally, species, and the little ideas that they come with. And I really want to see what they come up with for this city.
I want to see it. Oh, sorry, I'll let you finish.
No, that's really my big interest. I mean, I really like The Fifth Element, and I really want to see all the little concepts that come up with this. I'm not expecting mountains to move with either plot nor character. I'm more there for the spectacle.
I wanna see it, hoping for the next Jupiter Ascending. Really.
And that's happened with me with Jupiter Ascending. Is that I plot and characters I hated, but I see all this world building going on and all these cool ships and concept of youth and extraction and all that. And I'm like, I want to learn more about this. I don't really care about the story that's going on. I want to see what's going on with this world.
I think what Jupiter Ascending was
toilet washing.
I don't really care about controlling bees through magical queen power. I care about how this ship functions or why it looks so cool.
She's royalty.
Is she full of royal jelly?
I think what it was with Jupiter Ascending is it was like they just took a brainstorming session and were like, okay, let's make a movie.
I create life.
It was the Wachowskis going, let's try something as ambitious as The Matrix, but let's not make a good movie.
Yeah.
Let's spend more money. I think they spent more money on that than the Matrix. Yeah.
Well, and it makes sense because, like in the other two Matrix movies, they were more concerned about making all these concept and world building rather than telling a story.
That's why I really like the Animatrix.
World.
Yeah,
Matrix has like one of the best worlds and concepts for like any film
and what
ever.
really expanded upon that was the Animatrix and all the little things that can happen in such an odd world. And
I love that universe. I love it.
My favorite Animatrix short would have to be the second Renaissance parts because it was just so well done and explained like how it started.
Yeah, those ones were really great. I liked the very strangely animated one with the kid on the skateboard.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
You know, the part that I love what came from the Animatrix is when they did the season finale of Codename Kids Next Door, but the entire thing was done via the rise of the machines in Animatrix.
Yeah. That
was so
really
good.
Nice.
I never thought that, like, I know none of the kids that ended up watching at the time was thinking it was like, I don't know, 17 or something like that. So enough to have seen the Animatrix and get where all this is coming from. But I never thought that from a kid's show that would literally almost point by point do such an adult movie, especially when they have such imagery in the Animatrix.
Mm. Yeah.
Have you seen The Return yet, Adam?
Not yet.
Okay.
I would like to.
Just curious.
Not yet.
Yeah. It has a Blu-ray, but there's no English subtitles, so yeah.
Piss! Is there English subtitles on the DVD?
Yeah, I actually have two fucking DVDs. Like, this is like the UK one, and it's shit because there's like a blue line constantly down the
You
side.
can always
and then like there's the American one, Kino one, which is actually not shit. And they both have English subtitles.
They like what I had to do with the piano teacher is just extract the DVD subtitles and rip the Blu-ray audio and video and then combine them, and then it worked.
I just downloaded a torrent.
Criterion
That's
is
another
releasing
option.
it though.
I know. So
I like to
I'll
make
have
up
a working Blu-ray of the piano teacher, and I'm very excited for that.
Yeah, I purchased it to make up for the torrent.
Yeah. It's also like
Gotta
second Hanky Chan Criterion. There's
Dude,
rumors of the Holy Mountain coming to Criterion.
Whoa.
From who?
What do you mean?
From who? Like, the
rumors? Well, there was a post on the Criterion subreddit showing that like one of the screenings for the Holy Mountain somewhere was like in the fine text it said this presentation brought to you by Janus Films or whatever. And so that's usually a giveaway.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
It would make sense.
I would like to see Cachet on Criterion. I would love to see that movie on Criterion for sure.
Yeah, it's great.
Mm-hmm. I feel like that would be a perfect fit. I wouldn't mind all of Jodorowsky's films on Criterion, honestly.
It depends what they can add, though.
Endless Poetry?
Yes, I've seen all of his movies except Fando Elise and a short film he made before that, I think.
Have you got sorry, continue.
I didn't have anything to say. I was just asking what's
I was gonna say it would be cool, but have you got Hidden on Blu-ray? Because there's an artificial eye release, which is really excellent.
I have that exact same one.
The only thing they could really like in terms of, I mean, this actually has outstanding picture quality. It's like probably one of the best transfers. It's really weird how good it actually is, but it depends what they can add. Because the only thing they could really do is with the special features, because there's really not much on here. But, like, the actual
that's what
transfer is
Criterion
perfect.
likes to do. You know, like even if there isn't that much to offer in terms of special features on a film already, they can always go the route of like creating, you know, retrospective kind of analysis things or something.
Oh yeah. The booklets are normally
some
cool.
shits they can do, you know. The only thing I wish they did with the piano teacher release is create a new cover art for it.
Yeah, sure. I mean,
I would have liked a different cover art. Not that there's anything wrong with the poster, just I've seen it so many times. And like with Criterion,
yeah,
like you'd almost expect like a new cover.
Sure.
Bet.
Is there like any news on the transfer, or is it going to be the same one from the French release, that box set that you own?
Oh, I don't know. I just buy it without even thinking about it and looking into it. It's a Hanky Chan Blu-ray, and we'll see how it is. There was like they had to recall when I bought the Code Unknown Blu-ray, because I bought it immediately, obviously. They actually had to recall and refund for the first run, and because there was some issues with like a couple frames missing or a couple frames skipping or something, which is funny that it would get released that way. And I mean, it's their loss. They had to refund and give me a new one, so whatever.
I still need to do that actually, because the version I own.
Oh.
Yes, I do. I do own it. This is the defective.
Just email them.
Copy.
Yeah. Well, now it's a collector's edition that no one really gives a shit about and will not really increase in value in any way.
Yep.
Who knows?
Yeah, I checked. I didn't notice.
Fuck-up edition, so rare.
Yep. No, because when I noticed, I didn't watch it. When I noticed, I didn't watch it. When I watched it, I didn't notice, and then I found out, and then I went and checked, and I was like, oh, cool, it's defective. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
I
like
should get a
me.
replacement. Hey, and me.
I'm actually recently. Sorry, go on.
I didn't have anything to say.
Oh no, I meant
Looser.
I thought Lucy.
Yeah,
was
no,
still on.
I've been talking enough. It's cool. Someone else can say.
Oh, well, I actually have I put together a list of both your documentaries and your unknown sci-fi movies on your list, at least the ones that looked interesting. And I tried to watch The Signal, and I couldn't make it past. I couldn't make it past the second.
Yeah, I can understand why.
It's just
it does. That's easily the worst segment. But if you're watching it like as a like this is trash, this is funny sort of thing.
Yeah. Oh, and I get I understood that there was supposed to be a tonal shift since you prepared that it was 3 different directors there, and I guess like I kind of slogged. I mean, the rolling out of the epidemic was certainly interesting. And I wish that it expanded upon the very gray line of craziness.
Yeah.
And I kind of wanted to know more about that. And then it never really seemed to... Well, I've stopped in the middle of the second segment. Do they elaborate that on any more in like the third segment?
It returns back to the tone of the first segment in ways in the third segment. The first segment's easily the best. David Bruckner killing it. But I mean, to me, it's a very enjoyable watch, and I love how just like retarded it gets in the second segment, like completely. It's just I like it. Feels like a very original movie in that sense, where it's just like now it's a comedy, but it connects back in like this, this. It doesn't abandon the story that it set up in the first segment.
Yeah.
The story still continues. And speaking of which, David Bruckner's got a movie now. He's got a whole movie.
I was just going to say, actually. Yeah.
I saw the trailer for it. It doesn't look awful. It looks like it could go either way. Who knows? Who knows where the fuck it will go? Let's see. Director, The Ritual. So he didn't write it. We'll see what happens. It comes out this year, October.
I guess it's
I'm
horror.
not sure. The tagline's awful. They should have gone to Vegas. And they say that in the trailer. We should have gone to Vegas. But who knows what'll happen? It's apparently based on a novel. There's a screen adaptation. I don't know how much influence he'll have as a director over the actual script, but it doesn't look... It looks like it could have some cool shit in it. Who knows what this will bring him? If anything, if this is just his like, hey, I'm making something that might not be perfect, but it'll set me up so that people will give me scripts or money funding in the future, then that's good. So far, I've really liked everything he's ever made, but he's only ever made short segments in other people's movies.
When is the video that, or was it Planet of the Apes thing?
Yeah, what about it?
Are you done with it, or are you still working
No,
on
I'm
it?
going to be editing it right after we're done this fucking Hangout.
Right.
And I'll be streaming the editing process as well. So we're going to end the Hangout in like 15 minutes or so. And then
Yes, like some fucking. Sorry.
I'll take like a little bit of a break or whatever, like I don't know, 20-minute break, and then I'll just get straight to editing and get it out as fast as I can.
It's like sorry.
I was done. What are you saying?
I said it's basically like a mini YMS at this point.
It's I mean, it's gonna be. I've done this thing before. Like, I mean, the title of my Alien Covenant video was Alien Covenant Review. It wasn't quickie. It wasn't thoughts on. It wasn't YMS. You know, like I've done a few videos like this. I did it with Inside Out, Amazing Spider-Man 2, the last Planet of the Apes movie. Let's see. Oh, no, can't even check my playlist now because I'm signed into my vlog channel account. So let's not worry about that yet. I guess it's a public playlist. Maybe I should just find it on my other channel.
Is the orangutan in the war?
Sorry?
The orangutan, is he in the war?
Yeah.
Okay, good. It's one of my favorites.
Anyone can say anything about it because I'm never going to see it. So
well, we're not going to spoil it anyway.
Yeah, no, sure, of course.
Hey, I'm heading out, guys. Later.
You're heading out. Thank you for joining.
Have a good one.
I appreciate it.
I'll probably join the live stream while I reheat food.
Sure. In the Twitch stream or whatever, or this stream, live stream, this live stream, whatever.
I don't know.
I'll be I'll be ending the Hangout in like 14 minutes. Just letting you know.
Stream this and edit it.
I keep missing the Hangouts.
Yes.
I do have to ask, which do you think I should watch before, Grizzly Man or Our Boy? Was it Our Boy from the Internet?
The Internet's Own Boy?
The Internet's Own Boy, yeah.
Doesn't really matter which one you watch first. They're radically different films.
Okay.
Grizzly Man.
They're both great.
All right.
So I don't know.
No, just wanted to know if there's if there was either an opinion or I got limited time, so I gotta pick wisely.
Yeah. I hate not having all the time in the fucking world to watch movies.
I remember when I used to watch entire series all the way through just because I wanted to see them.
I want to plug a USB slot into my head and then just be like, movie, done.
That's what I did back in the day with Lost. I started on renting DVDs at Blockbuster and then watched the rest on Netflix.
You plug yourself in like the Matrix, and
exactly.
they plug it in, and it's just like, I know Jon Snow.
Yeah.
Have you watched Castlevania?
Ah, yeah. That was great.
I've seen it around, but I've been on the fence about it.
Go see it.
No idea. No.
It's only 4 episodes. So
the anime one on Netflix, right?
Anime style with joint Japanese and American production.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
I'm just excited for the new Jigsaw.
Oh, yes.
What?
Is it a prequel?
All of them?
I mean, a lot of them are prequels in their own way without suggesting it in the marketing material. Saw 4 was a prequel, but they didn't even...
Yeah.
That was the twist.
It's a squeakle.
How do they get Tobin Bell in this one? Let's see.
I don't know. I would love... I'm genuinely hoping that the twist is that he had a twin brother and he's not dead. I would love that so much. I would be so happy.
He's an omniscient being. He created cloning and cloned himself infinitely to run Jigsaw dungeons around the world.
If they find a way that he's still alive somehow, I would be ecstatic. I would clap. I would give the film a standing ovation.
Fucking 10 out of 10.
I'm so hyped, man. Maybe this is the most. I'm not excited for another film this year as much as I am for Jigsaw.
Is it coming out this fucking year?
Yeah, it's coming out Halloween. They don't even have a trailer yet.
If it's
Oh my
Halloween,
God.
it must be Saw.
Yeah. The Spearig brothers are directing it from Daybreakers and Predestination.
It's like Halloween. Watch it.
Dude, best comedy of 2017.
What else is coming out this year that's a horror? Do they have competition? There's no Paranormal Activity, is there?
No, that's done.
That's been done, right? So I guess this is the time for Jigsaw to come back, is when they don't have to deal with Paranormal Activity. What else is coming out in October? I have to look this up on Wiki. Wiki major film releases.
I'm totally seeing it.
Oh yeah, I'm seeing it in a heartbeat. I genuinely need to plan a Saw marathon and watch through all the first 7 and get shit faced. There should be a Saw drinking game.
Oh, there's an Insidious Chapter 4, so that is a thing.
Okay.
Yay.
I'm not sure. See, Jigsaw's a comeback, and they don't even have the number 8 in the title. So I think if it's between Jigsaw and Insidious Chapter 4, I think Jigsaw might. I don't know. I think Jigsaw might get the money there. Let's see. 2017 film. I'd be rooting for it. I'm a Saw man. Let's see.
Value. I think it went
coming out.
January, February. Let's see what else is coming out.
Cult of Chucky.
October, we got Blade Runner. That's early October.
Hey.
My Little Pony the movie.
Oh no!
Oh, I seen a trailer for that.
Thinking about Blade Runner. I want to leave myself a clean slate to go watch that.
I'm not gonna. Wow.
There's
The trailers have
Cloverfield.
been very vague, and I don't know. We'll see how. I'm excited for it. We got
we need a good cyberpunk movie.
the new Darren Aronofsky movie, Mother! Exclamation mark. Comes out on the 13th. Happy Death Day comes out on the 13th. That'll actually, I'm predicting that'll make money. And if you've never heard of it, that's fine. But I'm predicting Happy Death Day will make money in the same way that like The Bye Bye Man will make money. Made money. People will watch Happy Death Day for sure.
Apparently, what is it? Wish Upon is very much like Bye Bye Man.
Yeah. All right, we got a bunch of bullshit. Leatherface?
Cloverfield
What's
movie.
Leatherface? Is it from? Is it
new-
a new? Is it a new?
Isn't that Texas Chainsaw Massacre?
Yeah. They're seriously doing that. So we have Jigsaw and Leatherface coming out in the same year. little soft reboots or whatever. I don't know what's happening.
It's from the guys who made Inside, that like 2007 French extreme new wave movie.
So yeah, Jigsaw is coming out right on the 27th. And the only competition I see for Jigsaw would be Happy Death Day. And that comes out on the 13th. And I believe it's a Friday the 13th or something.
Yeah.
October, Friday the 13th. It's very spooky. Jigsaw's got it. I'm hoping they... I hope Jigsaw stays on top when it comes out. Because, I mean, people will already have had 2 weeks to see Happy Death Day, but who knows?
I'm fucking seeing it, that's for sure.
I don't know. Well, I definitely am going to see a Jigsaw in theaters as soon as I can, like day one.
Yeah.
Happy Death Day. I don't know if yeah, it's I don't know. It's literally just Groundhog Day, except it's a teen slasher. Edge of Tomorrow teen slasher. Like he keeps killing me. I gotta find out who it is. He keeps killing me. Every day is the same. It looks bad. It looks awful, but people will see it. People will definitely see it. People love that concept so much that it's working its way into becoming a genre, if it isn't already. You know? Like zombie films were not a genre at one point. They were just some films imitating each other, you know? Like, it was like, wow, this is an original idea. And then, hey, I want to do this original idea too. Yeah, the Groundhog Day genre. It's gonna get old real quick, but people are gonna keep seeing it, and it's gonna be really annoying.
Live, die, repeat.
Live, die, repeat again. Live, die, repeat. Live, die, repeat.
Well, except doesn't even have a cool sci-fi aesthetic to it.
But this one's a horror movie. You gotta stop the killer. She's gonna die many times.
Need more horror movies from the killer's perspective.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that, like the documentary Inconvenient Truth.
Let's go get
from the humans.
Well, yeah, the sequel's coming out this year.
Yeah. I don't know how necessary a sequel is, though, because everybody understands that we're screwing the planet in every way that we can.
That's not true, though.
Well, apparently the intention is that it's supposed to show us how close we are to being energy, not energy independent, but towards an energy revolution. Yeah, renewable.
I hope so.
So it's supposed to be, I guess, more uplifting, maybe?
Optimistic?
Yeah.
A very convenient truth.
Yes. A could-be convenient truth. Some qualifier convenient truth.
Yep. Riley Rewind.
I don't know if you...
What is Riley Rewind?
It's free to watch on YouTube from the greatest director of all time, Ray William Johnson, and the greatest writer of all time. I'm not even kidding. It's free to watch in the greatest writer of all time. I forget her name, but she was dating him at the time.
Is he still around on YouTube, Ray William Johnson?
Is he still around on anywhere?
Oh,
William Johnson.
See, like, his most popular thing was Your Favorite Martian, and then, like, he just stopped it.
I don't know what you're talking about. You're talking about Steve Martin.
Left Equals 3.
What are you talking about? My Favorite Martian? Oh, what was that?
Like a music.
William Johnson was like, Your Favorite Martian was Ray William Johnson's, like, a rap channel where, like, he did.
Oh,
like,
that bullshit.
I thought you were talking about the Christopher Lloyd thing.
Oh, that's who it was. Christopher Lloyd. Yeah. I remember that movie. Yeah, every single creative venture Ray William Johnson has had has been cringy as shit.
Yeah, like
nothing else.
Equals 3 stopped and like he just petered out.
It's always funny to watch people like trying desperately to escape their creation and being like, I'm not a one-trick pony. Look, look at what I can do, and then fail miserably.
Kevin Smith.
Mr. Matoka is actually doing a series on just that, covering the that guy with the glasses.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
I'm actually I support him on Patreon also. Like
Interdestined.
I like yeah, I like him. He's cool.
But he doesn't like furries though. We're all degenerates.
Well,
I mean, Adam, you kind of are.
Yeah. He's the TMZ of YouTube. He's there to stir shit.
Yeah. I don't know if I call him the TMZ of YouTube, though.
I think he does about as much research as they do.
Yeah.
He's the Tupac of YouTube.
Is that I just have to ask, so forgive me, but is that TJ video still happening?
Potentially.
Okay.
Definitely didn't want to do it during this whole summer.
Sure.
As much as I had originally intended to.
Shit happens.
Yeah, we've had a chat since.
Really?
Yeah, we have. But I don't really want to go into too much detail about the chat.
Sure.
As for whether or not I'm still making it, I think it's definitely a possibility, and I would like to get that information out there regardless. But yeah, I mean, like, I might have a little bit of a different approach to it.
Sure.
I'm just
it's not one of my main concerns for the next few months. Is all I'm gonna say. Is it's not something I want to be putting my time and energy into.
No, sure.
In the middle of me being so fucking hectic with everything else going on.
Yeah.
I have a lot less time this summer than I thought I would.
Oh my god, I'm so tired for some reason.
It's because you're on the wrong side of the world.
Stop it.
Yeah.
You're upside down.
And I'm gonna just say this just because this is Michael Haneke's favorite film.
Oh, where is it? What is it called?
How to Sad about this? I think it is.
Okay.
I don't know how to say. Yeah. I own it. I've seen it. It's actually really good. Oh.
Yeah, it's great.
How do I? Oh, there it is. I'm going to watch list it if it's not watch listed already. Oh, check it out. It's already watch listed. How did that happen?
Yep. I think Adam has the longest watch list in the world.
No, there's always going to be somebody.
Oh,
there's
yeah.
No. I mean, the fact that I spend any time editing shit or doing other projects means that I'll never have the longest watch list or watch the most movies or anything like. You'd think that me doing this for my job, especially how many movies from recent years that I do for my top 10 lists that I go through, you'd think that I would be in like one of the top 1,000 voters on IMDb, but I'm not. Yeah. And I don't think I'm even close.
How many?
There's some people that literally do nothing but watch movies.
Or they read the cliff notes.
Oh, maybe. I don't know. Just like rate everything they see. I want to be one of the 1,000 voters. There's probably people like that. That's probably more likely.
They hire someone on Fiverr to write their reviews.
Was your decision
what I appreciate
to
about Adam is like he doesn't rate
you
or
just
review
interrupted
anything he has.
somebody. Wait.
Damn it.
Wait your turn. Save it.
Sorry.
Sorry.
That's all good.
What was the question?
Was your intent, or was your decision to no longer do initial reactions within cars after you've seen a movie? Was that a creative thing?
That was exactly when I started Patreon, because I felt like I should upgrade, even though that wasn't my main product. It wasn't the main like YMS material big project. The quickie is I felt like I should probably put more production value into it if I'm doing it for my full-time job and if I'm getting money for it. So that was basically the decision process behind that.
Oh, okay. Yeah. And you wanted to put more production into something.
Yeah, I didn't
want
to just make like a stupid minute-long vlog, even though if I'm doing it full-time and if I'm doing literally that was exactly when I started my Patreon, is when I stopped making those kind of vlogs.
Well, and if you ever do decide like just after you get out of a movie and just turn on your phone camera and say, "Hey, this is what I thought."
Yeah, you know what?
I think I'd like that.
I'm almost debating like maybe it would be possible to like give my quick blurb thoughts on something in that way, where I can say, "Hey, like, the quickie that I'm making for Dawn of the Planet of the Apes right now, like it's gonna be like 25 minutes long," and so it's taken me like over 2 days to make when it should have taken me like half a day, when I thought, in terms of like how much time I have left in this month to get shit done and how much time I want to spend on my YMS review and all that shit, like it's, I feel like there are certain films that I just don't give my thoughts on the channel because I know that it'll take time away from the other things I'm doing and it's not like a priority. Like Spider-Man might fall under that category. And, I didn't talk about Okja on the channel. There's like I watched a lot of movies that I just don't talk about. I don't know. Maybe I might incorporate like just call it something other than quickie. Like call it. I don't know. Like
midnight screenings.
Was kind of like the medium.
Call it an icky. I don't know. Who knows? I don't know. Maybe I might do that. Maybe I won't. But I really like the format of the new Anthony Fantano channel of him. It seems really relatively easy to pump out with what he's doing. Just stand up, OBS, like here's the thing on the side, here's me on the other side, and it's pretty much single take. Like, here's my thoughts. That's it. Like, damn, son, I wish I could get videos out that fast, and it looks good too, So.
Oh, yeah. Well, and that's how Brad Jones does it, is that he doesn't really... all of his reviews for recent movies is him in his car with one of his friends, basically just after they had seen it, so that he can, give his opinion on the latest movies, but not, put the production into Cinema Snobs and his actual movies. So,
yeah. Man, new
it's
Steve
nice.
McQueen movie.
Yeah, it's actually confirmed. Something's actually confirmed, which is nice.
It was already in my watch list anyway.
Yeah, no, it was, but I didn't. It wasn't. I don't know if it was actually confirmed though. Like, legit.
I am going to end this hangout pretty soon. pretty right away, unless anybody has
final questions.
any kind of final questions or statements that they would like to throw in before the hangout ends. Is there anybody that had anything they wanted to say? Yes.
Looking forward to the icky.
The icky? I don't know if that's going to happen.
The sticky.
I said maybe. I said maybe. Like, I don't know. I don't know if I want to incorporate that because, like,
I'm just going to keep calling it an icky until it sticks.
Yeah, the sticky icky.
A sticky icky.
An icky sticky.
Yeah. Sticky icky.
I have a question.
Yes.
Is anyone here a fur fag aside from me and Adam?
Nah.
I mean, I like wearing things with cat ears, but that's just because it's silly.
Sad face.
I mean, I'm not full blown furfag, but I mean, I like this.
Full blown.
Denial.
He has never been blown.
He's denial.
I am in denial.
I think I'm in pretty
Adam,
heavy denial.
Yes.
You should see
Since
this
I know
when
you're
was
constantly looking for new movies that are really, really funny but aren't trying to be, The Book of Henry is
That's
so
what I hear.
funny.
It was the decision between that or The Mummy when I was in the theaters at VidCon and I saw The Mummy. I wasn't disappointed with The Mummy being a film.
Oh my god, yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, let's. I think I put that on my watch list, but we'll see. We'll see what it's like. Yeah, 31 Metascore. Oof.
The buttercream.
I have to.
It's really. So, are you saying supposedly, or have you seen it?
I have seen it.
And
It's
actually
really
funny. Okay, good.
It's extremely misguided.
Okay, great. I can't wait.
But
I gotta read this. I gotta read this real quick.
Yes, sure.
This
Go
is
for
a
it.
place in El Paso called Crafted Social, and this is its description that Google gives it. A rustic chic pub with light fare and some vegan options, plus many craft brews. And I'm like, none of those things go together at all.
Why not?
Because you can't be a pub and serve vegan food. That's just not how a pub works.
What? Yes, you can. Come
ever
to
been-
Vancouver, there's tons of that.
It sounds really, really weird to me, because when I hear
there's nothing about pubs that says you can only have meat, or that you have to.
I'm not saying only meat.
I said that. Yeah,
saying,
I misspoke.
It's vegan, meaning it's no animal at all.
Well, they'll have vegan
You can do that.
options. You have vegan options.
There's tons of good vegan places in Vancouver, honestly.
I know vegan food's not bad. Vegan, like, not at all. I was vegan for a while. Well, mainly my parents were, and I didn't have a choice because they cooked the food.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm not whatever fucking restaurant you want to make, I support it. If you want to have a,
I mean, it's got good reviews, so it's obviously got good shit going for it.
Yeah.
Like, my Uber driver actually recommended it. So,
What about a furry only restaurant?
let's see.
furry only customers, it would disappear in an instant.
It would. It'd be like burned down or something. Like somebody would really hate it.
It'd be like the Google Glass. Does anyone remember that?
Yes.
Yes.
I liked the concept. It was just executed in a stupid way.
Yes.
Like a
that's
furry
most things.
restaurant.
Yeah.
Any final questions or comments before I wrap this up?
I do.
Yes, you.
Go for it.
What is your method of reviewing when you're watching a movie? Do you take notes while you're watching the movie or after?
There's very few films that I've taken notes watching for the first time. If it's like for a YMS review, I like to go through it for at least a second time, possibly third, and take notes while I'm watching it just to set reminders for myself. Just little point form things that I can remember to include. But yeah, other than that, I mean, I kind of just keep a structure in my head for like what I would want to talk about and how I would want to talk about it and how I would want to reveal certain issues or what I would want to say about it. I don't know, like after I watch a movie, if it's a movie in theaters, I usually just immediately start discussing it with whoever saw it with me and come to, some sort of logical basis for what our opinions are on the film. Sometimes there's movies where I've seen it, by myself and just, thought about what I want to say. There's no real method to it. It's kind of just thrown together, but I do it with care and love.
Have you?
That's what we love.
What's your love, Adam?
Yes.
Have you ever been like relatively awake before a film and like it's actually been like? Have you ever legitimately fallen asleep to a film just because it's so fucking boring?
Yes.
What
The
film?
Town.
Okay.
Awake.
Awake.
Oh yeah, it was really funny that I fell asleep in that movie. And those are the two that I can think of off the top of my head. Usually, I've never. Otherwise, I can stay awake pretty easily. But those two films, I fell asleep.
I gotta go, so
no problem. I'm gonna end the hangout anyway. Thank you all so much for joining. Thank you all for your patronage. Thank you all so much. I love you guys, and I'm gonna start editing my
love you too.
Bore for the Planet of the Remake. Quickie, not quickie review. I'm gonna edit that on Twitch, twitch.tv/AdamPlays. You can find the link on my gaming channel. I will be the hangout next month will be probably closer to the end of the month. I'm not sure, but it'll be updated on the main Patreon page, right where the perk is listed. Thank you all so much. I love you guys.
See ya.
Peace. Bye. Bye, everyone.